front of their names if they are Toastmasters, and the name of the role if you are playing any role in the meeting. Please don't type anything in the chat while the speaker is delivering a speech. It can distract the speaker. Last but not the least, please, guys, come on camera. We are practicing public speaking here, and it would be very incomplete if the speaker is not able to look at the audience and the audience is not able to look at the speaker. Please, guys, have a moment and come on camera, everybody. Thank you so much. With that, I would pass the control to the president of the club, Nupur. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Simranjeet, our Sergeant at Arms. I would just check if I also have my counterpart, the president of South Delhi Toastmasters.
Yes, here.
Can we have her screen pinned, please? Great, thank you. So, first of all, thank you so much for this joint meeting, the first joint meeting between South Delhi Toastmasters and Toastmasters of Delhi. It's a great interaction and a great time where we have initiated this meeting. We are here to celebrate in a slightly different way the 26th January, our Republic Day of the country. I am sure that our Toastmasters of the Toastmaster of the Day has some very exciting activities and very exciting comments, statements planned to take us through that. With that, I hand over this virtual stage to my counterpart, the president of the SDTM, Toastmaster Arushi.
Thank you, Nupur. I'm very happy to be part of this joint meeting with the Toastmasters of Delhi, and on such such an occasion as the Republic Day for us. So I warmly welcome all of you from both the clubs and any guests who are here with us. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. So, interestingly enough, I was reading about a quote by Malala Yousafzai earlier today, and it just resonated with me a lot because she said that I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any other place. So, and then just it always backtracks and brings me to my dear Toastmasters. And again, I understand how everyone and each one of us really wants to be in a physical meeting. You can still do it from anywhere. You can do it from home. You can talk to your friends, and you can, make it happen. You don't necessarily need a physical meeting in order to do that. So I see we have a few guests in the meeting today. If you could unmute yourself, and we had guest Achyutam Rai, if you could come on screen and talk to us a little bit. We also have, hi Achyutam.
Hi, I'll open my video as well. Hi, hello everyone. So this is the first time ever I'm attending a Toastmaster session. So to introduce a little about myself, I'm currently living in Varanasi, and I've graduated from IIT Delhi in 2020. So I wanted to improve my public speaking skills, etc. All these. So that's why I'm interested in looking at this. And I have with me two other friends of me as well, Siddharth and Akarsh, who are my batchmates. So they've joined as well.
That's wonderful. Very happy to have a bunch of you here with us. I really hope you enjoy the meeting today. And we have, this is a combined meeting. So in case you have any questions, you can get in touch with the VP membership of either of the clubs if you want to know more about Toastmasters. All right.
Sure.
Hope you enjoy the meeting. We also have Khushbu Gupta. If you're there and you'd like to come and speak about how you got to know about Toastmasters. Looks like she's not here anymore. Okay, so I would now like to introduce to you the Toastmaster of the day, which is JATIN Agarwal. So JATIN always brings a very different theme, and but also he'll make it very relevant. He'll make it which is closer to what's happening. A very relevant topic, domestic warriors. I'm really looking forward to what he's planned for us today. So I request all of you to give him a round of applause and welcome him to the virtual stage. Jatin, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arushi and Toastmaster Nupur, for your warm welcome. It means a lot. And so Toastmaster Arushi, like you are our president, Saiba, I want to ask to you first, like when you heard the word domestic warriors, what is that first thing came to your mind?
Well, I thought about, a lot of people, house help or medical people who help us medically. Yeah, I mean, any kind of help, like even the milkman, any little bit help that we can get from anyone. I think that was my perception and my idea of domestic warriors.
Very well said. Like you are going in almost in right direction, and our theme is all about that. When you all heard the theme of the session, I think you all must be wondering. From a long time, we are not been into any civil war. We haven't heard of any big war in recent time. Then why is this session named as domestic warriors? Who are those domestic warriors? Well, in my point of view, sometimes we don't need any fight with others. Instead, we need to figure out our internal problems and fight them. Today, we got to know about those warriors. They are the ones who has done something exceptional in their own way and still serving the country. So let me introduce you the first warrior of our country. Mm, yeah, Usha Chaumar. Can you all see my screen? Yeah, okay. So Osho Chomar at very early stage began manual scavenging at the age of 7. You will be amazed to see that she got married at the age of 10 and continuously did that job. And at the age of 24, she met with the president of Sulabh International, and she became the part of the organization. She received a Padma Shri honor from the government of India, and particularly that in raising awareness against manual scavenging. We all know, like it's a very kind of a job, blue collar job that nobody can even imagine to do that. But she did that, and she'll still serving the country with her immense efforts. Now the other person is Tulsi Govda. So Tulsi Govda is
Hey, just a question. Actually, is not very much familiar with the term manual scavenging. Can you just explain what does
sure.
it mean by manual?
Okay, sure. So manual scavenging is like the people who clean our sewers, our toilets, and like those kind of areas where generally normal people don't do that job. So was I able to like give you a hint about what is manual scavenging?
Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
Okay, cool, no problem. So the other person is Tulsi Govda. She also made an immense contribution towards preserving the environment. Um, Despite of no formal education, she
Yellow
made an
card.
immense Sorry, is there some glitch?
I said yellow card.
Okay, cool, no problem. Yeah, and she planted more than 30,000 saplings and looked after the nurseries for the forest department. She also known as the Encyclopedia of Forest. Can you believe that? For her ability to recognize the mother tree of every species of a tree. The other person is Mohammad Sharif, and this man is also known as Sharif Chacha. And there is a story about this man that her son, his eldest son got murdered in 1992 on his way, and her body wasn't cremated or no last rite had happened with his son. So after this incident, Sharif started performing the last rites of all unidentified dead bodies. He visited police stations, hospitals, railway stations, and everywhere he could find the bodies and did the last rite. So it means a lot to me. Well, we can talk about a lot of people, and there are so many people. I would like to talk, give you about their what they have done. But it's time we also move to our next session. So so what will happen in our in today's session? So our whole meeting is divided into three sections: prepared speeches, evaluation, and table topics. And to do that, we have a monitor of this classroom, the general evaluator. And that general evaluator is DTM Shahid Anwar. And believe me, I'm not able to even call him because he is a veteran Toastmaster we all admire and we all learn from him. So I'm not even able to do that. And when I was preparing for this session, I asked him, Shahid sir, what is that one thing you are passionate about and where you want, you can think you can serve your country and why? So he said a very interesting thing that I wish to serve my country in the field of education and skills cause padega India, tabhi to badega India. So with an amazing thought, I would like to call the general evaluator of this meeting, Shahid Anwar. Shahid Anwar, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster JATIN. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear friends. First of all, I just logged in. I was on a move and I was trying to reach my home earlier, so I could not log in on time. But as per the session, thank goodness, with fingers crossed, I am on time to attend my role. So as a general evaluator, I am going to evaluate this meeting in general, as well as I have a team of auxiliary role players, that is the auxiliary evaluators or leaders as we call them. I'll be calling on stage each of these team who will right now give us the objectives of what they are going to do. So without much ado, I would like to call upon stage our timer of the day. Let me check it out because who is the timer? Yes, please help me welcome on stage Toastmaster Utkarsh Daurani to give us his objectives of his role as the timer.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I am playing the role of a timer. The purpose of a timer is to note down the timings of everyone who speaks, from the table topic sessions speakers to normal speeches to evaluators and to presidents and other Toastmaster of the day. So my job is to make sure that the trains run on time. I'll be showing the green, the yellow, and the red card. For normal speeches, I will show at 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow. And at 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. For the ice-breaking sessions, you have a total time of 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll show the green. At 5 minutes, yellow, and 6 minutes red. For the table topic session, there'll be a total time of 15 minutes for the whole session. And the table topics evaluator will get a time of 7 minutes to give his evaluation. Now, each table topic speaker would get 2 minutes of time to give their impromptu speeches. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the green 2 minutes yellow, and 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll show the red card. A 30-second grace period will be given to all the speakers. After that, they'll be disqualified. The speaker's evaluation, they'll get a total time of 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show the green, 2.5 minutes yellow, and 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. For the Toastmaster of the day, the opening is 4 minutes and the conclusion is 2 minutes. I wish all the best to all the speakers. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. I would now like to call upon stage the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Jacob Zakaria. It's been a long time, Jacob. Please help me welcome the grammarian, Toastmaster Jacob.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And thank you, General Evaluator, for introducing me. I'm the grammarian of the day. My role is to note down the good usage, not so good usage of language, as well as grammatical errors made by speakers and the role players. I will also be watching out for your pronunciations. The preferred language for communication is English, and everyone's requested to speak in English only. In case if anybody wants to use vernacular language, kindly translate it for everyone's understanding. I'll also be keeping account on the correct usage of the word of the day, as well as the idiom of the day. I'll just share the screen. I'll share my screen and give you the word of the day. 1 second, please. I'll start with the idiom of the day. The idiom of the day is by the skin of your teeth, which means in the shortest, smallest possible amount of time. An example is Maddie caught the train by the skin of her teeth. It left a few seconds later. I'm also sharing the word of the day. So the word of the day is ecstatic. It means, a lot of happiness, feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement. Usage is, I'm ecstatic at the opportunity to be at this meeting with such an elite assembly.
Sorry, the screen is not visible.
Oh, sorry. Is the screen still there?
No, the screen was not visible when you were speaking. So can you just...
yeah, so the word of the day is ecstatic, and the idiom of the day, just a second.
Just share it in the chat.
Sure, I'll share it on the chat, and I request everyone to acknowledge the usage of the word of the day with a thumbs up. I will submit my report during the general evaluation. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jacob. I would now like to call upon stage the next auxiliary role player. Please help me welcome the counter of the day, Toastmaster Neha Latwal.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am the counter for the day, and my responsibility to note down all the R's and ums used during the meeting. And I'm also noting down all the cut sound and repeated words as well. I will share and submit my report during the General Evaluation section. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neha. I would now like to call upon stage the goodies master, the club, who provides goodies to the people who are attentively listening to everything. Please help me welcome the active listener of the day, Toastmaster Sandra Srivastava.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shahid, sir. Good evening, everyone. And I am the listener of today's meeting. I will be noting down the tidbits of the meeting, and I will be reporting as and when called by the GE. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Shahid.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandra. Besides these people, we will be having prepared speeches, and these prepared speeches will be evaluated by the allocated speakers, the evaluators, and I'll call them on stage when it is required. I would now also be evaluating the meeting generally on 3 aspects. Number 1, how attentive you are in the meeting, how attentive the audience is in the meeting. And by attentiveness in the online meeting is one and only thing, that you support the active listener when he's answering the questions. Second, how good and how long you have been on the camera. I have seen that most of the time only the role players or the people who are participating are on camera. The rest of them are either multitasking or they have a low bandwidth. So if you have a genuine reason for not to be on the camera, that is perfectly all right with me. But if you have no genuine reason and you are multitasking or eating food, then please share the food with us and leave the multitasking to your better half or bitter halves or the spouses or your peers or whoever. Give us your full time, because right now we are your family, we are your people who are giving our time to you. So this is one thing I'll be putting up my fingers on. The second thing will be the applause. If we have mute and applause from the audio side by the host, I'll be happy with that. I've seen this in many meetings that the applause is controlled by the host of the meeting. But if we do not have it, I suggest that every one of you unmute and applaud for each participant, each role player who is coming on stage. I'll be watching that too. And also I'll be taking care that there is a lot of enthusiasm and activity in the meeting. Please avoid chatting on the box, even in the main window or in the personal window, because that distracts people. Whatever you have to say when you by raising a hand, and then talk to the person who was participating. That will be all from my side. I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, and I'll see you again in the third session of the meeting as your general evaluator. Back to Toastmaster Jatin.
Please have a round of applause for Toastmaster General Evaluator of the Day, Shahid Anwar, for your detailed introduction and to every role players. Now, let's begin the first section of the day, prepared speeches. And I am very ecstatic to call the first speaker of the day, the Josh Machine, the youngest member of South Delhi Toastmasters, Toastmaster Abu. And so, but before I call him on the screen, let's hear what his evaluator has to say about his speech. So I would like to call the Toastmaster Nupur on the screen, and please explain about his role and speech objectives. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin. And let me introduce the speaker and his speech objective. Toastmaster Abu is following the Pathways Innovative Planning. This would be his level 3 speech, and the title would be shared later. Okay, I'm sorry, that was missed. The purpose of the speech is for the member to practice writing a speech with emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. So I'm just waiting to see what all language, what all words has Toastmaster Abu added in his speech. With that, I hand over back the stage to you, TMOD.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur, for explaining the objectives of the speech. So, I asked the same question to Toastmaster Abu, that Abu, what is that one thing you are passionate about, where you want to serve the people of your country? So, and he said a very interesting thing that, bro, I'm very passionate about mental and physical health, the both. In my opinion, we all are global citizens, and the best way to serve mental and physical health is via actions. On that note, I would like to call Toastmaster Abu. Toastmaster Abu, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Toastmaster Abu, over to you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm here to tell you my YouTube journey. Well, I'm a YouTuber, and I started my YouTube journey 8 years ago. And I remember it was late night, and I was making my first video using my computer's camera, so you can understand the quality. It took me a couple of hours to upload the video. And when I slept, I was dreaming about this video is going to be watched by millions, and then I'll have zillions of subscribers. The following day, I went to my manager. I was very excited. I showed my video, my first YouTube video. My manager looked at the video and I was expecting acknowledgement and appreciation. He laughed out loud. And you know what he told me, guys? He told me, Abu, is this a YouTube video or is it a CCTV footage? Now, please do a favor to all of us, never make this video. Oops, CCTV footage again. Lesson 1 that I learned, don't count your chickens before they hatch. I was completely devastated and I let go of that idea. In March 2020, because of pandemic, I restarted this. I started making videos. The quality was better. I was getting good comments, but I was not, the viewership, and I did not get a lot of subscribers. So I called my best friend and I asked my best friend, what should I do? I'm not getting a lot of subscribers. And he told me, Abu, I have a very good suggestion for you. I have this another friend of mine. He's also a YouTuber. You know what he did the other day? He snatched my phone and he subscribed to his channel. And that's what he does with everyone. He has got so many subscribers. If you want to be a successful YouTuber, you need to let go of self-respect. I said, I'm not going to snatch anybody's phone and, I'm going to subscribe, but I can always request my friends and family to do that. The problem is when you send them a WhatsApp, they send you 2 WhatsApp, then even the kids are making YouTube videos, and please subscribe to their channel as well. Later, I attended a seminar and they told me that, the worst thing to do is to ask anybody to watch your videos because they leave in between. And if anybody leaves your video in between, that is not good for the watch time and that decreases your reach. So lesson 2, never listen to your best friend, especially if he or she is not a YouTuber. So the next thing that I did was, in silence, I started working very hard. I started working hard, made a lot of videos, and I had made more than 50 videos. And I remember I was at my cousin's engagement. His future mother-in-law, she looked at me and she said, hey, you look so familiar. I have seen you somewhere. Where have I seen you? I told her, ma'am, most of us, we look identical. So you must have just confused me. No, I know I have seen you somewhere. And then a lot of people gathered around. I told her, ma'am, it's just that I have a similar thing. No. Tell me, what do you do? I have this, this thumping. And I said, let me take my chance. There were people around and I said, if it helps you, I'm a YouTuber. Her eyes brightened and she said, no, I know all the YouTubers that I am subscribed to and you are definitely not one of them. She left swamped me. The lesson that I learned is never tell in public that you are a YouTuber. So the journey continued. I started making another videos, continued with my hustle, and I was attending my psychology online class. And I was uploading a video as well. And then this professor, he says, he gives an example of a YouTuber. And he says that, right, every second person in the country wants to be a YouTuber. What is a typical problem with them? They think they are talented. The problem is their thinking. And you know what these guys are? At the age of 10, they want to be doctors. At the age of 15, they want to be engineers. At the age of 20, they want to be scientists. But at the age of 24, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Lesson 4, never listen to haters. And I'm sure this is all you have gone through. Most of the Toastmasters, they don't want to give the speech because they don't have the content. Show of hands if you have been there, And I was also wondering, where do I get the content? I'm sure you know of these movies like Thugs of Hindustan, and Harry Met Sejal. They had amazing star cast, but because of the content, it was a flop show. So I was listening to one of the YouTubers and he said that there is so much of content around your family and friends. So I started observing my family and friends and I started making their videos and giving a lot of original ideas. The problem was, every time I used to sit and listen to my family used to say, shh, this guy will make a video out of it. So I realized what goes around comes around. Last but not the least, I had reached 300 subscribers and I was very happy that, I've reached 300 subscribers. And this my participant, somebody who had eye trained, sends me a message stating that, Abu sir, 300 or is it 3 million? I told him it's 300. He says, Abu, I have got 1 million subscribers and I can help you to reach that. And I thought he's kidding me. I told him, why don't you share your YouTube channel? And people, he had more than 1 million subscribers. And what he was doing was he was commenting on PUBG videos. That's what he was doing. I make educational videos and I get so less subscribers. He is making videos on PUBG. The final lesson that I learned was, if you are not getting successful, start criticizing other successful YouTubers. Well, this has been my journey of YouTube, and these are the lessons. Above all, people, it's very important because what I really like is you have to fail and you stand up. You fail, you stand up. I'm in a journey of making 90 days videos. So today is the 6th day of making videos, okay? So please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my videos. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Well, definitely, Abu, we will like, subscribe, comment, and share your videos. From now on, I'm assuming you will at least have 25 to 30 subscribers like today itself. So good luck on that. So let's move on to our next speaker. And I would urge all of you to please share your comments with Toastmaster Abu. And in the meantime, let me share you another I would like to share the story about another person. It's Rahi Bhai Soma Popre, and she's an Indian farmer and conservationist. She helped other farmers to return to their native variety of crops, preparing hyacinth beans for self-help groups. Scientist Raghunath Maleshkar gave her the epithet seed mother. She is among 3 Indians on the BBC list of 100 Women of 2018. She received Padma Shri Award, BBC 100 Women, Nari Shakti Puraskar, and a lot of awards. So, time, are we done? 30 seconds over?
Yes, Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you so much. So, it's time to call our second speaker of the day, Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, cool. So, let's hear from his evaluator, Toastmaster Azad. Toastmaster Azad, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin. And let me tell you that you have picked up a very, very good topic and theme, and very inspirational stories you are giving us so that we can also learn. And before you, I have heard the speech from Abu Bhai, which is like, I should start my YouTube channel. And about the speech, I want to quote, the beginning is the most important part of the work. And I unquote with this, and Plato has said it, and he has said it very rightly, because Saurabh has started his journey to take this step, to begin with this first speech, which is called Icebreakers. So I request everyone to motivate him. Let's clap for him. And very, very all the best. And his title is also very good. Me as a speaker, let's see how he is as a speaker, but we will not judge you. So all the very best.
Okay. So since Toastmaster Saurabh is giving his first icebreaker speech, I would urge all the people present in the meeting to give a standing ovation. If you can't, at least give a thunderous round of applause. It's a way to motivate the speaker. So please do that. I urge you all. So let's call Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, me as a speaker. Toastmaster Saurabh. Over to you.
Thank you so much, TMOD. Thank you so much, my mentor, DTM Sahil sir. And thank you so much, my president, Nupur Awasthi ma'am. Today, I'm going to tell you a tale about a tailless boy. Earthly things are just a way for him to live his life without thinking about anything else. He enjoys being on the field when he plays, with his friends when he attends schools, and simply live the life he loves without any regret. Hi, this is me, Saurabh, a non-robot human being I always check the box while logging in the system. Do you know what is the happiest thing in life? Close your eyes and breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. My schooling began at Sainiki School, Purulia, a rural area between Bihar and West Bengal border. As a student in my 5th standard, I had an opportunity to go to IMA Dehradun for a year camp. Prior to Puja vacation, we received an application letter, which we had to submit along with parental consent with 25 rupees registration fee after Puja vacation. When father returned from work that evening, I jumped and stood in front of him and showed him the form. We already decided at work, none of the kids were going to attend. My father said, wow, what a great start of my vacation. But this is Durga Puja, so I cannot be upset for long. We have a lot to do, so I forget it. During the first week of school after vacation, interested classmates started submitting their forms. My bosom friend just noticed me. Hey, where is your form? You are not submitting. He asked. I won't be going with you. I replied. But why? He asked again. I replied calmly. Father, now this drama starts. What I will do alone there? Etc., etc., etc. And finally, I agreed to come with him without parents' consent. Though 25 rupees is a big thing for a 5th standard boy, but as we said that this is Durga Puja, so I managed it. Together, we fraud parents' signature and submitted the form. The disaster occurred when the selection letter arrived at home. One fine evening when I was returned from the playground, my father stopped me at gate and showed me the letter. What is this? I was full of joy. My eyes were filled with tears, but soon they dried up, remembering the misrepresentations of parents' signature. I was running and I heard that father's bold and loud voice, running away will not help you. I will wait for you till you hungry. That night, my father announced he will be either a politician or a big dada. But surprisingly, he allowed me for that camp. After that, he never stopped me doing anything in my life. I have done every good, bad, and ugly things in my life. Throughout my journey, I encountered various mixed situations, and every situation taught me how to stand on my own feet. I love meeting people. I enjoyed my daily routine immensely. It could be at office, at gym, the car, the club, or just doing nothing. All I do is just leave, leave, and leave. But one thing I observed, I was always there in first 11. Preparing a team without me would be impossible. Many incidents occurred there where the team has won and lost with or without me, respectively. As a result of this journey, I discovered my passion of becoming a keynote speaker and a coach to the people, especially those who are native to or from the interior part of India. They need support to explain their lives in this foreign language called English. Not everyone has that scope to fight against this situation. I want to hold their hands and tell them, you are not alone. Don't worry. I'm there. Come with me. Thank you.
Please have a round of applause for Toastmaster Saurabh. Toastmaster Saurabh, indeed, it was a great speech. Although just one recommendation, do not forge your parents' signatures. It's a very bad thing. Never ever do that. So please, I would
That
request
for
all,
everyone also.
yeah, definitely. So I would request all the members to give your recommendations and feedbacks to Toastmaster Saurabh. And in the meantime, I would like to share my another my beloved member. Yeah, that's Harakana Hajaba. So Harakala Hajaba is an Indian social activist and orange vendor. And one day, an incident happened with him that foreigner came to his rickshaw and asked him the price of the orange. And because he didn't knew how to respond and the English language, he could not answer, and that made him very embarrassed. That day, he made vow that he will build a school for the kids of his village, and none of them will ever feel this embarrassment. And his next dream is to build a pre-university for his village. Can you imagine? He saved some money from his business and built a school. A person who doesn't even have any education. So that's a great from my side. So, and on that note, let's welcome our third and the last speaker of this meeting, Toastmaster Pandey. And just like all of you, I also asked him, Toastmaster Pandey, what is that one thing you are passionate about, where you want to serve the people of your country? And he said, Jatin, I'm very passionate about learnings, my sharing with others. And by doing that, one can lift people and to become a better citizen. On that note, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Simranjeet Kaur, to give the speech objectives. Toastmaster Simranjeet, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the speaker is going to deliver his level 2 project 3 speech for the pathways presentation mastery. The speech title is Importance of Mentor. The purpose of the speech is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring and to share some aspects of a previous experience as a protege. The timings of the speech are going to be 5 to 7 minutes. I wish the speaker best of luck. Looking forward to his speech. Thank you so much.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Simranjeet. Toastmaster Pandey, Toastmaster Pandey, importance of mentor, Toastmaster Pandey. Best of luck and over to you.
Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, I can learn. Said by Benjamin Franklin. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, good evening. Why mentoring? Mentor is important. Can anyone unmute and say, if the word mentor comes to your mind, who you can think first of all? Can anyone say?
Yes, can I go?
Yeah, sure.
See, the first mentor of my life is my mother. I would have
Thank
fallen
you.
thousands times and she would have guided me 1,000 times to walk.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azad. So the mentor, the word
to my father.
Yes, the mentor, the word comes, someone who provided support, guidance, and role modeling. That comes to our mind, the word when we hear about mentor. Now the mentor provide, guide, and a pathway to for better future perspective. When we read the greatest achievers, you will find that they always followed a mentor, helped them to achieve their dreams. Now, when I reflected upon in my life, so I realized that there are many people, plenty of people with whom I interacted and I took guidance and brainstormed at various levels to reach at this part. In general, the mentors always help us to move in the right direction which we want to go. This is the general life. Now, when coming back to Toastmaster, the mentoring in Toastmaster, why the mentoring is Toastmaster is important. So Toastmaster, it's an organization. All of us know that more than 3 lakh membership and 15,800 club all across the world and 149 countries is spread. The people who join Toastmaster, what is the purpose? Why they join Toastmaster and why they are being with the Toastmaster club? Now, how many of you joined Toastmaster club to improve your leadership skill, to progress your leadership? Can please raise your hand? Yes, thank you so much. And now, how many of you joined Toastmasters Club to improve your communication skill, to become better speaker? Can you please raise your hand? Thank you so much. Now, there is a third angle attributed all across the world. It's evident to that. There is a third segment of people, those who join Toastmasters and being with the Toastmasters. That people are, they want socialize. They want make network with others. They want connect. They want communicate. They want captivate. So there are 3 kind of people. Those who are joined and became a Toastmaster globe all across the world. Now, coming back to the mentoring in Toastmasters, why it's appropriate. So I will discuss about 3 things in mentoring in Toastmasters. One is why mentoring is important in Toastmasters. And the second is my personal journey for the past days when I joined as a Toastmaster, member of the Toastmaster International. And the third is how we all, as a Toastmaster, as a member, club member, can get benefit out of this mentoring, Toastmaster mentoring system. So the importance of the mentoring Toastmaster is very essential, because when a new member joins, there is a member in that club that have already gone through the journey. They know the road to success is not the bed of roses. So you have to cross the pitfalls, the gins, and the different peaks and valleys. They already crossed it. So when a new member join, they explain, they guide them to help them to reach that level. The second part, my personal journey, when I joined Toastmaster 5 months back. So how the people guided me, each and everyone, whenever I asked anything, they gave me support and provided guidance to all levels. I am unable to understand the fixed Zoom meeting for 1 hour, some half an hour, and then they explain me their role. This is the way how the Toastmasters taking that. That's why the mentoring is important. Due to the mentor and the guidance, I am progressing in this Toastmasters family. Now the third angle, how we all of us can benefit out of the mentor in Toastmaster. So the secret source behind the successful of any Toastmasters club depends upon the mentoring of new joining members. So there is a system available. There is a mechanism is available, Toastmaster mentoring. So what we can do that, we can assign one mentor to a new joining. The requirement, the guidance is clearly given. Any member is being 6-month-old member can be a mentor to the new Toastmaster. And there is a guidance, that is a different level, how they can connect, how they can communicate, how they interact, and they can fix the time. And there is a checklist provided in the Toastmaster website. When I gone through that, so why don't we fix that in a structured way? So mentor-mentee relationship. So when we join, so any new joinings, if we can give somebody assigned to them, so he is a mentor to you for the 6 months. So this is the way how we can all can get benefit of the system. So just give a thought to it, all of you, how we can proceed further. Thank you, and over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pandey, for your lovely speech. It was very insightful, and I wish everybody has learned something from the particular speech. I would request everybody to share your feedbacks and comments to Toastmaster Pandey. In the meantime, let's meet another leader who is S. Ramakrishnan. And there is also a very strange incident which happened to him that during during a training, he met with an accident, and because of that, his lower body beyond his neck got paralyzed. And he went for the operation for 3 months, where he decided to build a center for people for their rehabilitation for persons with disabilities. And he found an organization, Amar Seva Sangam, and for which he received many Padma Shris, amazing Indian awards, and so on. So isn't it a great thing like to have such kind of leaders like among us? Now it's the high time to call for the now as all the speakers has ended give their speeches. It's the high time to begin the next session of our session, which is table topic sessions, and in that guests are also allowed to take part. And who is going to host, which is going to host by Toastmaster Varsha. And I also asked the same thing to Toastmaster Varsha. What is that one thing you are passionate about, where you want to serve the people? And she has a very different take on that. That she said, I have an interest in yoga, Ayurveda, our culture and traditions. And I want to do something so that the younger generation can adopt a healthy lifestyle and grow by following what we got from our ancestors. Isn't that amazing? On that note, I would like to call the table topic master, Toastmaster Varsha. Toastmaster Varsha, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jatin. Can we do the poll very quickly?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Are all the speakers qualified?
Yes, all the speakers are qualified.
Okay, so we'll go ahead with the poll first, and then I can start. Toastmaster Azad, let me know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Three, 4 votes are left. Come on, guys. Yes, you can do it. Just move one finger, press the button, click, and the voting will be done. Okay, we can go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I actually was when I read the theme of the day, domestic warriors, I was very fond of the theme. And the moment Toastmaster Jatin started, presenting his theme, I was so impressed, because we all want to know about people, from like who we look around and we can see, and those who have actually impacted the world. Everybody knows about Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, J.R.D. Tata, but like the people around us, really the grassroots are more important. So I would like to ask everybody to be the domestic warrior in this meeting and volunteer themselves for the, I would say, table topic. In the meantime, I would like to introduce what a table topic is. In its essence, what we're going to do today is whoever volunteers, I will give them a topic on spot, and they will be speaking for a minute or two, and they can say whatever they want, whatever their heart desires. So I would really like to ask everybody to start volunteering, especially the guests, because I think Toastmaster experience really is very important for the guest, and this is the best way to interact with the members. So I think we have a first volunteer who is Aditya. Aditya, can you come on screen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, also can somebody help me with the list? Okay, so let's start with, I have chits, so it's gonna be slightly random. So let's start with memories first. Since Aditya is our first member, can we spotlight him, please?
Yes, I'll do that. You just go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so let's start with memories. Let's conjure up those. So your topic is Toastmaster Aditya, earliest Republic Day memories. Earliest Republic Day memories, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varsha. It's, well, from what I can recall, and it's all foggy. And I don't want to, I would be ecstatic about going to a Republic Day ceremony. Everyone is, but I have missed many by the skin of the teeth because of reasons that you cannot carry your mobile phone, or you cannot carry there are so many restrictions. And then getting transportation is also one kind of a hassle, because that's the basic thing, because you have to walk at least 5-6 kilometers from the place where the transport stops until the place where the ceremony starts. So that's a challenge. But it was, this must have been around 20 years ago when I attended a Republic Day ceremony, when I think the Prime Minister was I.K. Gujral. So it's been almost like half the members would not be even born who were here. I presume that they would all be 95 plus born, if I can presume that. So it was almost 25 years ago when I saw that. I even saw the beating retreat. So we can add that to the thing, because the beating retreat will take place on Monday. It's a tradition at 31st of January. I saw the rehearsal of the beating retreat, where the Secret Service or the special guards would come. They would open the door of the president, and there would be all kinds of protocol happening. So it's been almost like 25 years since I attended the last. What I remember is that when you go inside, when you have the checkpoints, they will take everything from you. So you almost have to go. Only thing you can carry with yourself is your clothes. There's nothing else allowed. That's the only thing. So it's been almost 25 years since I've gone there. But it was an interesting ceremony when you saw all those things. But a majority of them I've seen through television, which I think a lot of us have. Because going there without even something as simple as car keys, where the parking is like 100 kilometers away, and then the transportation will always find ways to fleece you because they will be in demand. So I think it's better to miss it by the skin of your teeth and be ecstatic on the television, then go there and find yourself stuck with the crowd and security. And by the time you get inside, you have missed maybe 50%. Back to Toastmaster Varsha.
I think it's a very key memory for every Indian to have, the Republic Day parade memory, either be it through TV or through in life. It's a very key memory. So I want to ask I like that there are 10 volunteers. I'm very impressed by the crowd today. I want to ask from everybody who's volunteered, they can just say, if any of them has traveled abroad, they can just like unmute themselves and.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, I have traveled
okay.
abroad.
Okay, so
many times.
Toastmaster Nupur to come on. Sandra, we can take you after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question to you, Toastmaster Nupur, is what thoughts about India did you have during your travels? Toastmaster Nupur, over to you.
Thoughts about India. The first time I actually left the country, I was pretty ecstatic to be walking out and for my first international travel. The moment I actually landed in some other nation, you realize the difference between the two countries. You realize on one hand, looking at the clean street, the clean air, the clean environment, what is it that we need to improve in our country. However, when you talk to people out there, you really want to come back home. When you talk, when you discuss, when you interact, the warmth that you miss, not because of being an outsider, but something that has been imbibed in us from our childhood. The want to embrace everyone, to work together, the word that we use, hum instead of me, us, we instead of I, that quality that is told, that do not think about you, but think about us as a unit, think about us as a community, as Indians, that thing subconsciously actually comes out in each and every action that we make. And that is why we all are here in this community, in the Toastmasters community, sitting and interacting with each other and supporting each other to move together. That, my dear friend, is what I really missed when I went out. And so, as they say, the birds, no matter what happens, by the end of the day, they really want to come back to the nest. And so am I, back here in my very sweet old country, India. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is a very genuine sentiment that I think a lot of us feel. Even when we like enjoying traveling, we all want to come back home. I would like to take a guest now. So I'm assuming Toastmaster Ekansh, you're a guest?
Yes.
Okay, hello. So now I have a situation for you, Toastmaster Ekansh. So your foreigner friend, okay, non-Indian, foreigner friend is coming to India and you can do whatever you want. So how would you introduce India to them? Toastmaster Ekansh, over to you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm Ekansh Tija, and if I have a friend who live in Dubai and he is coming to India, first of all, I will appreciate him because he left Dubai to came India, to see India's culture, to see India's heritage, and yes, people also. Because in India we have, like, there are some aunties in our gullies who talk about our own self behind our back. So it is one of the worst thing in India, and rest our heritage, our legacy, our our powers and our leadership, whole world known our leadership about Mahatma Gandhi, about Jawaharlal Nehru, and yes, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And if I talk about like Dubai, because he is from Dubai, yes, Dubai also have a great leadership, but this is my own country, so I will appreciate my country as much as I can because I am emotionally connected with India, right? So that's all, and thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Varsha.
So when you speak about leadership, will you take them to Delhi and take them to around the parliament? What will you do? Ekansh?
What? I can't understand. Can you please repeat?
Am I audible?
Yes, now you are.
So when you speak about leadership, will you take them around parliament? What will you do?
Yes, I will take them around the parliament. I will also show a Red Fort. It's a great legacy, like to show our leadership.
That is true. Okay, so you would show you're a very proud Indian citizen. That is great to hear. Now, I want to ask again from the people who have volunteered, who here thinks their English is better than their native tongue? Can I see raise of hands? Any raise of hands, except our general evaluator and our speaker. I'm giving a slight more preference to the guests today. So does anybody thinks? No? Everybody is fluent in the native tongue? Okay, then I will have another topic. So can I have guest Zishan?
Yes, Varsha, I'm here.
Wait, did Simranjeet? Okay. Yes, we can take Simranjeet after. Okay, so Zishan, we can take you after Zishan.
Yeah.
Okay, so guest Zishan. Okay, Your topic is, what are important qualities of a domestic warrior? Guess Zishan, over to you.
So, Toastmaster of the day, he pretty much talks about a lot of domestic warriors who have been significantly contributing in the different walks of life. So, I think in order to be an effective domestic warrior, it is important that somebody has compassion in them, because compassion is what it leads to the service to the people, and obviously a rigor that you play your own part, don't care about if other people are doing or not. Anything that you are doing is still making a difference rather than doing nothing. That's the second thing. And kindness, once when you feel somebody needs you, or probably you can lend your helping hand, I think that's one of the another qualities a domestic warrior must possess, to be kind to everyone and to feel the pain of the others, and a proactive approach to help. A keen observation is also important, because unless you observe people very keenly, you would not be able to gauge who is in the need of your help. Right? You look around, you observe, and then you go ahead and proactively offer the helping hand to the person. So that's again one of the qualities. Apart from it, it is for a domestic warrior, it is also important that they feel the fabric of India, which is D&I, diversity and inclusion. I mean, just going beyond caste, creed, religion, and everything, all the barriers that diversity creates. I mean, once there is no diverse environment, then obviously you will always have a biased approach towards the things. So those are pretty much, I think, the 5 important values a domestic warrior must possess in order to be an effective contributor in the society. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You pretty much said a lot of, it was a very exhaustive list, so I'm very happy. Now, okay, so did Toastmaster Simranjeet, did you say your English is better than your native tongue?
I think my English is better than my native tongue. I think that English, I consider English a better language than my native tongue.
Okay, so you think English as a language is better?
Yes, it has, its own advantages. That's what I was.
Okay, so that is your topic. Why do you think that is the case? Toastmaster Simranjeet, over to you.
Thank you so much for this amazing topic. Thanks a lot. Well, what is a mother tongue? And why do we call a language a mother tongue? Because it's the first language we learn. And it is a language we learn from our mother. And we all can relate to it, that we are more comfortable in that language, right? But if you talk about English, I would say that I feel glad to know English, because I am a person who loves to explore, and I love the way that it binds the world. Everybody has their native language. So if everybody wants to always speak in the native language, we will never be able to interact with people around the world. And that's what English is making true. And if English is not important, learning English is not important, we would not have doing it, the Toastmasters in this language, right? We all want to improve this, improve our skills on this language. There is a reason. Otherwise, we would have been speaking in our native language, right? We are not doing it because English in these days is important. But yes, I really want to address an issue here, that because we have, as Indians, we have made this, what do you say, a brand. The person who knows English and is able to express in his English, we see that, okay, they are making a better point, which is not true. We don't try to understand what the person is trying to say, and it is very common in India. It is not that common outside India, because I interact with a lot of people outside India, and they like talking in their native language, and they respect it a lot. And I think it is decreasing if I talk about India, and I really need to address this thing. And I would appreciate if we give our native language as much request, I mean, as much respect that we are giving to English these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simranjeet. I think we have very similar views when it comes to English. Timer, can we take one more speaker?
No, we are ran out of time.
Okay, so that is the conclusion of the table topic session. I hope we enjoyed the session. And now I would like to ask if everybody is qualified, all the speakers, if all of them are qualified. So,
Yes, everybody's qualified.
okay, so we can go ahead with the poll. Right? Okay, so meanwhile, when Toastmaster Azad launches the poll, I'm just very genuinely happy about the theme today. I'm like, I really like when like important work is being highlighted. And I want to, like, this was my last question, but I'm gonna just read it out till the poll is launched. And that is, what is the smallest?
Varsha, can we take it later on? Because I was
The poll?
Yes, I prepared it, but it logged out. So I just need to prepare it again.
Okay, so that is fine.
Take it in the end.
Okay, along with the anchor polling, that is fine. But the question I wanna still state it, what is the smallest and most impactful thing that we can do today in our community or in our family that will make us, a domestic warrior? So I would like to conclude the session today, and I would like to call upon our general evaluator of the day to, further the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Shahid.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Varsha. And once again, good evening, Toastmasters. I'm back with my team in the third most crucial and the trademark of Toastmasters International. There are so many platforms all over the world where we can practice public speaking. The best place is your home. And if you are males, you don't get a chance to speak. If you are females, you get too many chances to speak and nobody listens to you. So Toastmasters is the only platform where you get evaluation. Think of evaluating your wife for the food she cooks. You'll know what you will get. Think of the salary you will pay to your wife and ask her to evaluate you. She's going to really put you in a place where you would like to quit your job and go to the Himalayas. But in Toastmasters, things are very different. Here, we provide a support environment. Here, approach is sandwich, whatever you call, but today the speaker is motivated to come back on the stage. That reason to evaluate the evaluators, the speakers. So I would like to call upon stage our of Toastmaster. Please help me welcome on stage Toastmaster Nupur Avasthi on evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Abu Shadab with a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So before we start with the evaluation, just a disclaimer, I will comment, I will subscribe to the YouTube channel. So not because of the meeting, but I'm sure that the content that would be there would be great because the speaker, Abu Shadab, has clearly identified the reason to make his YouTube channel great. It was the entire speech was based around a very key point that most of us now in the online world are looking at to increase their subscriber base on a social platform. And thus, the pointers that he covered right from how he created his first video, to how he got his inputs from his friends, to how he got inputs to what he understood about not being over smart, overactive. So everything was spot on, and really helped all of us here to understand about the topic. The voice clarity was great. Abu was using the stage that is available to a great extent, which was great. A few recommendations from my side, if I may add. Now, when we talk about the speech was structured in sections, if we could had more pauses between each sections, the speed at which the story was going, the audience did not have time to grasp what was being said. So if there were more pauses between each section for the audience to differentiate the first part, second part, third part, that would have been great. Secondly, as I said, the speed with which we were moving for a speech that was a bit too fast for the audience to understand. The mind had to race after what was being said. So if we could just decrease the speed, then let the audience understand. When we say something humorous, after that, we usually need to take again a pause for the audience to understand, smile, and then we move ahead. So there were a lot of places where this was, the humorous part was added. However, it moved beyond. So that was the entire gist of my recommendation. And as for the summary, great speech, great attitude while delivering the speech, great body language, just the pauses and the speed, if that could be worked on, it would be a great speech. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur. I would now like to call upon stage our next speech evaluator. Please help me welcome on stage Toastmaster Azad, who is going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Saurav. Toastmaster Azad.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, sir. You are doing a wonderful job, let me tell you, sir. Yes, about the speech. Just give me a second, because I am also the tech master. So, spotlight for everyone. Me as a speaker, let me share this very, very honest feedback with you, Saurav bhai, that I did not believe my ears while I was listening to your speech. Oh my God. Man, you seems to be an established speaker. It was not looking like that you were giving your icebreaker. And I believe that every one of us would agree on that with me. Because the speaker started with the contagious energy and this good confidence. Even during the speech, the speaker has used this dialogue style very well to tell a story that what exactly happened, about the camp and how he contributed the money, how he has taken the money, how he was excited about the whole thing. There was delivered very, very well. As far as the structure of the speech is concerned, the structure was good. There was a proper introduction, body, and the end. I wish that you could have used your title, in the end, and could have left the speech on that note. That would have given more meaning to it. Otherwise, it was a very good speech. Body language was up to the mark, and with the high level of comfort, I wish that I could achieve the comfort level which the speaker was having. As it was an icebreaker on record, though I don't believe this, it does not seem one. But there is a recommendation, because there is always, even for the champions, there is always a room for improvement. So for the recommendation part, my recommendations are that if the speaker could have stand and delivered the speech, it could have added more, contact with the audience. Second, the vocal variety, especially the modulation, could have been better. Otherwise, if on and on I say, it was a good structured speech with good energy, confidence, structure was good, and body language was very well used, calmness and comfortness, rate of speech was really good. He was not in very much hurry. So recommendation, stand and deliver the speech. Modulation, my key takeaways are: good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. You must explore the life and enhance your skills and learn from the life, which is the biggest institution. And in the end, I would say that me as a speaker, you as a speaker, is a brilliant and an established speaker. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Azad. I would like to call upon stage our third speech evaluator. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Simranjeet, who is going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Pandey.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. The speaker talked about the one who shows us the direction, the mentor, and delivered an amazing speech. And I'm feeling ecstatic to evaluate his speech. He started with a beautiful quote and engaged the audience in multiple ways by asking questions, by asking them to raise their hands if they agree, and a lot of other ways, which I really liked. He also maintained a smile on his face, and which was showing that he was very comfortable with the camera and was feeling very confident. He also changed his positions during his speech. For example, when he was talking about why people join Toastmaster, he was on the right and he was talking that people want to improve their public speaking skills, they want to improve on their leadership skills, and then the third one, they want to socialize. He was covering the stage, which was amazing. He also added a personal story, his personal experience, which obviously is a great way to connect with the audience, because audience always connect with the personal story. I have few recommendations for him. I would suggest him to challenge him on the voice modulation, as I noticed that he maintained a uniform pitch throughout the speech. So I would suggest him to practice voice modulation a little bit. Also noticed that his hand gestures were not there in the beginning of the speech, though the hand gestures were clearly visible and his hands were moving towards the end of the speech, but in the beginning of the speech there were no hand gestures. So practicing hand gestures can make his speech a lot more impactful. And the third recommendation is that his device position can be a bit better, because he was looking into the camera, but as an audience, I was feeling that he was looking down. So he can correct his device positioning in the next speech. To summarize, I would say that speaker has met all the objective of this speech, and he has delivered a beautiful speech. Only I would recommend, my recommendation would be a little bit of practice, as Bruce Lee says, that I am not afraid of a person who knows 1,000 kicks. I am afraid of a person who practice one kicks 1,000 times. So practice is going to make his speech a lot more impactful, and I'm sure he's going to deliver amazing speeches in the future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simranjeet. I would now like to call upon stage the fourth and the last evaluator, the table topics evaluator. Please help me welcome on stage Toastmaster Tarush. Toastmaster Tarush.
So thank you, Toastmaster Sahid, for inviting me in a virtual state. So good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. So I would like to give, so I am back with my evaluation report. So first evaluation report to guest Aditya, the commendation and the recommendation for Toastmaster Aditya, that guest Aditya was clear about the topic and he was confident when he was speaking related to the topic. But the recommendation for Toastmaster guest Aditya is when he was speaking something, so he was speaking in a faster rhythm. So he was not taking the pauses also. So please you take some pauses while speaking something, and your eyes contact was also not in a relevant. So sometimes you were distracted. Sometimes you are seeing somewhere like that only, and the last, when you are speaking, the vocal variety of the rhythm was in the same manner only. There was no changes of vocal varieties of ups and down. So these all were the recommendation, but overall your speech structure was nice and you have presented your speech very nicely. And the second, the recommendation for Toastmaster Nipur, that she was clear about the topic, she was confident, his hand gesture was visible very properly, and his vocal variety tone was also perfect, in a perfect manner. His eyes contact was also nice. But the recommendation for the Nipur, Toastmaster Nipur is when he was speaking something, I was missing that his her energy was missing somewhere when she was speaking something, because when she has started that time, she was up to the topic, but when the topic was going to end, so somewhere the energy was missing it. So please, if there will be a little bit of more energy, then the overall speech was really structured very well and presented very nicely. And the third report for guest Iksan, his recommendation and the recommendation for that, the commendation for is that he was also clear about the topic and he was confident. But the recommendation for the guest Ikans is that his eyes contacts were not in a relevant manner, and the use of Hindi word also when he was speaking something. Third, he was speaking little bit of faster, so he should take some pauses on, speak little bit in a slowly, in a slow position. And and in the end, in the end, Toastmaster guest Iksan, he has completed his speech uh, faster only. He, because time was also left and he can add more point and experience, or he can say something related to the topic, but he have ended his speech very faster by speaking for a few minutes only. So please, this is the recommendation for you, that please you can speak more and more related to the topics, and you can make a good structure about the with this, with full of body language and all things used. And the fourth for the recommendation for guest is Zihan. The recommendation for is that he was also clear about the topic and he was in a full of confidence. But the recommendation for Toastmasters for guest Zihan is
Zishan.
he was also speaking little bit of in a faster mode. There was no use of pauses also. His eyes contact was also not in a perfect situation, and there was no use of hand gesture also. But the overall structure of the speech was very nice. But if he should use these types of like hand gesture, eyes contacts, and if he uses some pauses and added some more example, and then it can be more affected his speech. So this was the recommendation for him. And the last evaluation for Toastmasters Simranjeet Kaur, the commendation and the recommendation for Toastmasters Simranjeet is that she was clear about the topic and she was confident. uh, but the recommendation for, and his hand gesture was also very perfectly shown. But the recommendation for Toastmaster Simranjit is that his vocal varieties was missing somewhere when he was speaking something. And second, his energy was also missing somewhere. Her energy was also missing somewhere. In the starting, she has spoken very fluently, but when it going to the conclusion part, but somewhere I felt that her energy was missing. So this, but overall the speech structure was well and drafted well. So this was from my side. So thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Saeed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tarush. I would now like to call upon stage no one from the evaluation. So let's first go for the polls. I would request the host to please push up the polls for the table topic speakers as well as the evaluators. So here are the polls for the table topic speakers. Let's wait for the next polls and then we'll move on.
Five,
Everybody is qualified for the speech evaluation.
3,
Great.
2,
Can we have the polls?
ending the poll. Launching the poll for the evaluators.
Okay, while the polls are being conducted, I'll just talk about my evaluation team. So the first evaluator who evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Abu Shadab, Toastmaster Nupur Avasthi. Toastmaster Nupur did a fantastic job of evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Abu. I have not many commendations or recommendations because she covered all the points that are required for any good evaluation of a good speaker, a veteran speaker. So it was one veteran to another. I have no recommendations and only commendations for Toastmaster Nupur. Moving on to the second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Azad. Toastmaster Azad, a multitasker, a person who is also the host as well as the speech evaluator of this. It's a big task. I must appreciate that he has done his job very well. Evaluating an icebreaker and motivating the person to come on stage. We should have learned this art of evaluating the icebreaker speech from Toastmaster Azad. He has done a fantastic job. Given the right recommendations, things that I missed in my feedback to Toastmaster Saurabh as his mentor. Thank you, Toastmaster Azad, for doing such a fantastic job. Moving on to the third speech evaluator, Simranjeet Kaur. She has made me proud. I will not say why, but I'll tell you, yes, she has made a bang-on statement to improve the speech of Toastmaster Pandey, and he will not disagree with me that he has taken a fantastic takeaway from the commendations and recommendations from this fantastic evaluator and a life coach in the making. Let's give a big round of applause for all these three speech evaluators. I would now like to move on to the speech evaluator of the table topic speakers. Guys, it is like walking a tightrope to evaluate the speech of the table topic speakers because they are either first-time speakers or veterans. If you give a recommendation to a veteran, they might get offended. So no offense to all the veterans who have spoken, because Toastmaster Tarush did not make it a point to offend anyone. The only recommendation from my end to Toastmaster Tarush is to be a little more soft in evaluating the table topic speakers. Keep the recommendations confined to one recommendation and commendations to not more than two. Moving on to the next part of my journey as a general evaluator. I am now going to bring my auxiliary team and sit back and relax while they evaluate the fantastic speakers and participants who came on stage. So before I call upon stage, I would like to call upon. Okay, so what do we do? Since this is a joint meeting, I would like to have a recommendation from the president of the our participating club, Toastmaster Arushi. Do we call upon the active listener first, or do we call upon the tag team first?
I think let's call the listener first. It would be very engaging.
Okay, thank you so much. My point always. Please help me welcome the active listener of today's meeting. And he is going to, or she is going to be ready with the virtual goodies. So yes, it is a she. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Sandra as the active listener.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shahid. Now, as a listener, I am back with my report. So I will request each and every member to raise their hand as and when I ask the question from the speakers. So the first question is from Toastmaster Abu's speech. When did Abu's YouTube journey started? Yeah, Toastmaster Utkarsh, please go on.
8 years ago.
Right. Now the second question, where did is from Toastmaster Saurabh's speech. Uh, where did Toastmaster Saurabh started his education? Yeah, please, Toastmaster Nupur, please go.
From Scenic School.
Yeah, you are right. Okay, so now the last question is, what was the topic given to the first speaker in the table topics?
Sandra, can I go?
Yeah, Arushi.
So it was to Toastmaster Aditya, and it was about the fondest Republic Day memory from one's childhood.
Yeah, you are right. So some of the recommendations which I will be giving, the person whosoever is giving any kind of as listening is important for a communication to be improved, so we should practice a speech very perfectly, and be confident in any kind of role which is given to you, and please go do what you understand doing it, and give pauses as given as told by the evaluators. With this, I will be giving it to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Shahid.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandra. Now, be prepared for the most excellent leadership role. People who take the role of timer, accounter, and grammarian are well prepared and well versed with their leadership roles. Guys, these people are going to give you recommendations on how you spoke, what you spoke, and how much time did you take to speak. These are the three things that are important when you come on stage as a public speaker. So take note of all these three people who are going to tell you what you did better and what you did wrong, and improve on your speeches. So first, I would like to call upon stage our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Jacob, who is going to give his report on how many of you went for the idioms, went for the word of the day, and wrong and right language. Toastmaster Jacob.
Thank you, DTM Shahid. I'll start my report with the good usage of grammar, starting with Sergeant of Arms Toastmaster Simranjeet. The usages are binds the world, beautiful chord, President Nupur, counterpart, imbibed, want to embrace everyone. President Arushi resonated with me. She also gave an interesting quote by Malala Yousafzai. Kudos to you. Coming to the TMOD, Toastmaster JATIN AGGARWAL. First of all, I mean, a great topic. The theme which you have chosen, very inspiring. Domestic warrior. Other usages are manual scavenging for explaining the term to all of us. Veteran, Toastmaster, rehabilitation. General Evaluator Shahid Anwar, bang on, fantastic takeaway. First speaker, Toastmaster Abu, count your chickens before you hatch, let go of self-respect, what goes around comes around. The good usages of grammar by the second speaker, Toastmaster Saurabh, stand on my own feet. Third speaker, Toastmaster Pandey, brainstormed, and also gave an interesting quote by Benjamin Franklin. Coming to the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Aditya, fleece. Table topic master Varsha, conjure. Toastmaster Ekansh, heritage and legacy. Toastmaster Zishan, gauge, diversity and inclusion, fabric of India. Great usage of grammar, everyone. Kudos to you guys. Now, we also have some, I would also like to highlight lots of good usages of grammar. Starting with, when you're referring to a person, somebody you referred as which is. So you should always use it as who is when you're referring to a person. Secondly, continuously did the job. Better your usage could have been continuously worked. Next one is despite not formal education, despite not having formal education. share you the story. It should have been share the story with you. Schooling begun. It should have been schooling began. Explained to me. The adjective was missing. Eye contact. It is actually eye contact. And then a couple of speakers had a confusion regarding gender, like referring to a person as his or her. The correct gender was not used. So just pay attention when you are referring to speakers. Coming to the pronunciations, the word wandering was pronounced as wandering. The word body was pronounced as body. Mechanism as mechanism. It should be mechanism. And contagious as contagious. So just note that. Coming to the usage of the word of the day was used twice by Toastmaster Aditya. Kudos to you. Toastmaster Nupur used it once. Toastmaster Simranjeet used it once. I also had a little bit of connection issues in between. So if I missed out on anybody else, sorry for that. Idiom of the day was used twice by Toastmaster Aditya. Nobody else has used the idiom of the day. So if anybody wants to use it now, please go ahead. Any volunteers? The idiom of the day.
I lost my chance of speaking in the table topics by the skin of my teeth.
Great. All right. Handing over before I hand over the stage back to DTM Shahid, I would also wish him a very happy birthday. It was his birthday yesterday, and like if some of you, if you've been a Toastmaster for a while, you also will observe that he's getting younger and younger by each year. So great, and very happy to see you, and happy birthday to you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jacob. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and thank you for your appreciation. I would now like to call upon stage our next auxiliary role player. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Neha as the counter of the day. Toastmaster Neha.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I'm just sharing my screen. I would like to start with the TMOD. TMOD JATIN used 10 plus curt sound and 5 filler words. 5 filler words are so. General Evaluator Shahid used 2 curt sound. Timer Utkarsh, I didn't measure him. Jacob used 8 curt sound and 2 filler words. I didn't monitor myself. Active listener Sandra used 4 curt sound and 4 filler words. Toastmaster Abu flawless during his speech. Toastmaster Saurav used 2 filler words. Again, Toastmaster Pandey is also flawless during his speech. First evaluator, Toastmaster Nupur, used 2 curt sounds. Second evaluator, Toastmaster Azad, used 2 curt sound and 2 filler words. Third evaluator, Toastmaster Simranjeet, used 5 curt sounds.
Hello? Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Am I not audible?
You are audible.
You are.
Please go. You proceed, I think.
You are audible, Neha.
Okay. Table topic evaluator, Tarush, used 4 curt sounds and 9 filler words. Table topic master used 5 curt sound and 2 filler words. Table topic speaker first, guest Aditya used 3 curt sounds. Toastmaster Nupur used 3 filler words. Guest Ikansh used 2 filler words. Guest Dishant used 1 filler word. And Toastmaster Simran used 3 curt sounds and 2 filler words. As I joined a bit late, 2 or 3 minutes, I didn't monitor initial 2 or 3 role players. So thank you for my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Utkarsh to present his report as the timer. Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Now I will present my timer report. I hope everybody is able to see my screen. So I'll start with the introduction and conclusions. So Toastmaster Toastmaster Simranjeet Kaur as Sergeant at Arms used 1 minute and 26 seconds. Toastmaster Arushi used 5 minutes 30 seconds and combined Toastmaster Arushi and Nupur. Toastmaster Jatin as Toastmaster of the day, his opening was 6 minutes, which was more than the 4 minutes. So unfortunately, he is disqualified. General Evaluator Shahid used 1 minute and 26 seconds out of his 2 minutes allotted to him. General Evaluate and I, as a timer, used 1 minute and 56 seconds out of the 2 minutes. And Grammarian, Toastmaster Zakaria, used 2 minutes and 56 seconds. And in his conclusion, also, he used 4 minutes. So unfortunately, he's also disqualified. Our counter, Toastmaster Neha, used 20 seconds for her intro. And for the conclusion, she used 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Listener Sandra used 1 minute for her intro and conclusion. Also, I think she was bang on time. For the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Abu used 6 minutes and 10 seconds out of his 7 minutes. Toastmaster Saurav used 5 minutes and 45 seconds, and Toastmaster Pandey used 7 minutes and 15 seconds. In the individual evaluations and the table topic evaluations, Toastmaster Nupur used 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Toastmaster Azad used 3 minutes and 6 seconds, and Toastmaster Simranjeet used 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So in the individual evaluations, we could see that the people had their time by the skin of their teeth. Table topics, Toastmaster Aditya used 2 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Nupur used 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Ekansh used 1 minute. Guest Zishan used 1 minute 45 seconds, and Toastmaster Simranjeet used 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So that was my evaluation. One of the I would like to recommend 1 to 2 things. So the first thing, in order to be in your time limit, when you see the red card, start to conclude your speech, because we all know that we can conclude our speech, and we should try to let go of the additional points we want to say, so that we can save our previous points. And the second and the most important thing I feel like is to be on time, is to practice. The more we practice, the more we are able to collect our thoughts while we are presenting a speech, the more we are aware of what we are saying, and we can kind of modulate our speed depending upon what is the structure of it. I know we can all do that if we are well practiced. That is how we can be in a time limit. So these are my 2 recommendations. I was very ecstatic to be playing the role as a timer, and all the best to all the speakers. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. I would now like to call upon stage the host to please flag in the polls for the auxiliary role players, so that I can give my evaluation to the team. So we are missing out the grammarian here because the grammarian was disqualified. So here is a report for the excellent team that I had as auxiliary role players. Toastmaster Sandra as the active list asked only as compared to my club, because this is going to definitely take the liberty of a comparison, so that from each, she took the liberty of taking out 3 questions, and then she went on journal evaluator while the active listener. This is something I are playing, and the role of any other.
Idiom Shahid, I'm sorry, but I think the network is not pretty good, very good here. We can't hear you very clearly.
This network, I logged in a complaint with my Wi-Fi here. Yes.
Can you try switching off your camera?
Can you hear me? Oh, I'll try that. Okay. Am I better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. So I'll now move on to the next auxiliary role player, that is the grammarian Toastmaster Jacob. Toastmaster Jacob played a fantastic role as the grammarian. He took all notes and everything that he could do as a grammarian and word master of the day, as well as the idiom master. I have not much of a recommendation for him. I only request him to please be active back again and support the club as he used to do previously. Our third role player was Toastmaster Neha. Neha, as usual, has done an excellent job. The only thing I miss in Neha's role anytime is the shyness that she has and the active energy that she should have. I request Neha to be more energetic, more chirpy, more bold, and more confident while she is delivering a note. Remember, guys, you are a leader, not a follower. So come out with a punch, a lot of confidence so that people get motivated to follow you and to take your advice. Timer Utkarsh. Toastmaster Utkarsh played the role of the timer. He did the job very nicely. Everything is there. The only thing, this is something that I would like to draw comparison between SDTM and TMOD. While we are timing the participants, we do not call them that they are disqualified. We just tell them they are not eligible for the award. See, we provide a positive and supportive learning environment. If we start giving these words, words is power. Words is what make and break a person. So when we are using the word disqualified, it really hurts here, somewhere here. So let's avoid these words. And the next thing that I would like to tell to all the auxiliary role players is not to give much recommendation. Give a lot of objectives. During your time as an objective, you have enough time, almost 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. You can tell all the to-do things there. But while you have given the report, please be precise with the report. Do not give any recommendations to the participants at that time. Your report should be objective and precise. So this is something that I expect from all the auxiliary role players. Again, the point is that we need to provide a positive and supportive learning experience. With this, I would now like to come upon the three major role players in our team. That is the table topic master, the Toastmaster of the day, and the third person is general evaluator, and the fourth is okay. So we have only three. So I was the general evaluator. I will not recommend on myself, but I would request someone to raise a hand and give feedback to me openly on the stage before I hand over the stage or after I hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day works really hard in any club meeting. He is the face of the meeting. He is in charge of the meeting. And he has to bind the whole meeting with the theme. Toastmaster Jatin did that fantastic job. And what I liked in the SDTM meeting to control the time management is that the role of the TMOD was not forwarded after the table topic master. This is something we need to take notice so that we can encapsulate the time management issues in our club also. Fantastic job done. The table topic master, excellent job done by Toastmaster Varsha. She took care that we select only those people who are actually not participants and guests. She emphasized on that. So, but since we are all veteran Toastmasters, we all raise hands. Even I raised my hand for the table topic speeches, and she took care that she chose the best of the best. No recommendations on this part to Toastmaster Varsha. I hope I'm not missing any major role player. I would conclude the meetings with my journal evaluation. In the journal evaluations, I will focus on three things. Number one, audience engagement and interest. Like I told you, the engagement and the interest will be shown by applauses as well as the presence on screen. 50% of the people were present on screen. The rest of them did show their interest by doing multitasking, and I'm happy with that. Management of time. I believe we are shooting a little bit on time. I'm not sure. I came late, and I'm sorry I could not take care of I could not recommend anything on the Sergeant at Arms and the presiding officers in the meeting. I only came when the Toastmaster of the day was introducing me, and the rest is history. So for now, time management is being taken care of so far. Let's see what it comes at the end of the day. And the preparedness of participants. Yes, my friends, kudos to the whole meeting. Let's give a big round of applause to each and every participant in the meeting. Everyone was prepared, enthusiastic, and energetic. With this, I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jatin, to conclude the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Shahid, for your detailed evaluation. I hope all of us has learned something from our previous performances, and we all have our next objective. Now, I'm showing you different personalities from throughout the meeting, but there is just one slide question. Why? Why am I showing you like these persons, and why am I telling you about these persons? Why they are doing and like they're doing their work and serving the country. See, there's just one little thing as that serving your country is not just limited to going to armed forces. I mean, it's an extreme step one can take. And if a person goes to armed forces, it's not just that one person, the whole family is going to that with that person. Apart from that, there are so many places where we all can contribute, where our country needs us, where we can be a part of, where we can stand for injustice. Trust me, our country is bleeding if we don't do anything. So find your what you can do and can make a big change. Well, that's it from my end. I hope you had a great time. I would like hand over the stage to our President Sahiba, Toastmaster Arushi and Nupur. Please conclude the meeting, and that's it from my end. Thank you so much.
Nupur, I'd like to extend the stage to you. Please take it over.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arushi. And I would say this was the theme, and the way this was presented was really, really remarkable. Looking at the kind of work that has been put in by Toastmaster Jatin on this particular theme really requires a round of applause. I learned so much, and I have noted down all the names to go and research about them, read about them more. So with that, let's just start if we are ready with the results. Or can I hand over? Should we? How is it done?
All for the anchors.
For the anchors, we still have.
Okay.
Azad.
All right.
All the anchors are qualified.
Jatin won't be
Jatin won't be qualified. What about the table topic master and the GE?
Yes, he's qualified.
Okay, so we have two anchors to vote from.
Okay. So while we are consolidating the votes there, let me just request our guests to give us a feedback on what did they think about the meeting. I can see guest Suneha Anand. Guest Suneha, could you please share something about yourself?
Hi, Nupur. So I'm very much ecstatic to be, to be receiving these kinds of, talks. I really enjoyed the session. I'm so sorry I had to keep my camera off because of my dog. She was also very ecstatic today. She was disturbing me continuously. So I didn't want to, reduce your concentration from the meeting. So that's why I kept it off. I'm so sorry for that. But all in all, I really enjoyed the session. I enjoyed listening to everybody. The table topics were also really nice, and I always give my feedback. So I think today I really enjoyed. That's what I can say. And I really missed being part of table topic speaker because I really wanted to try that, but it's okay, next time maybe.
Well, in that case, let me give you 30 seconds for a quick table topic. Give me one recommendation that you would like to give the participants of this meeting, or how to conduct this meeting, or anything specific that you would like to have in this meeting.
Okay. If we can have some humorous topics also, like in the first meeting which I attended, my very first meeting with table topic with the Toastmasters Club, I remember Abu was the TMOD. So he was continuously cracking some jokes and it was so engaging. So with that, that adds value to a session a lot. So I thought, and that's what my learning was also was there, that you have to add humor sometimes. I mean, most of the times, to engage the audience. If you are talking about something and you crack a joke, it connects you with the audience so powerfully. So I think that can be added more. And apart from that, all good, I think, for now.
Thank you so much, Suneha. And I completely agree with you. When it comes to Toastmaster Abu, there is always a bit of humor. Now, you can see that even right now throughout the point, he's like, you see those next to the petrol pumps, those air-filled mannequins, he's swaying like that throughout. So humor and Abu.
I would be watching his
together.
YouTube videos after this meeting, for sure.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And moving on to guest Khushbu then.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Firstly, I ought to, introduce myself. So my name is Khushbu. I'm a first-year BTech student. So this was my first Toastmaster meeting. So I was a little nervous at first joining. But then, I saw how the meeting proceeded and I saw how all the evaluators, I loved the concept of the commendations and the recommendations. I loved how you people, give commendations first, and how you limit the recommendations to only one so that the person doesn't get, demotivated. So I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. And I'm ecstatic to share with you all that I'll surely be, joining again as a guest next week. I'm looking forward to the next meeting as well.
Thank you so much, Khushbu. I will keep my fingers crossed that you not only join as guest in the next meeting, but soon convert to a Toastmaster for any of the club that you would wish for. Because as you rightly mentioned, that throughout our lives, we have received not just recommendations, but comments more than push and encouragement. And this is the platform where we all come together to understand, to first change our mindset that yes, there is something good in us, and then say, how do we improve? So it's a very big mind shift change that we are bringing here through Toastmasters. And the more people we have here with that positive attitude, that the better it would be for the community as a whole. So thank you so much, Khushbu, for that.
Thank you.
All right. I had we have Achyutam Rai, guest Achyutam. Could you please share your views and commendation and recommendations for this meeting?
Sure. Thank you for giving this opportunity to speak up. I really liked. So this was my first Toastmaster session. So I was recommended. So one of my friends recommended that I should join this, and it would be a great learning experience. So I really like the structured flow through the session. So firstly, the speakers were speaking on a topic. There is a topic which is being discussed midway, and then the table topic discussion, which is extempo, and people are speaking on that. So I really like that. And yeah, the way people are appreciating the speakers, and then giving them points to improve on, I think it will be a great learning experience to join in the upcoming sessions. So looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. And we would look for, as Amitabh Bachchan says, lock kar diya jaye. So that is what we will do to make sure that you are there in the other meeting, the next meetings. Now I got a message on that we are ready with the certificates. So how does it happen? Do I announce, or does the tech master take it up?
The tech master will display. You can congratulate Nupur.
All
Yes,
right.
I will share and you will announce. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Okay, so the best speaker, Toastmaster Abu. Congratulations. Do make sure to like and subscribe here. Best table topic speaker. Thank you so much. Speech evaluator. Thank you. Now that's embarrassing now. Best auxiliary role player, timer Utkarsh Durani. Congratulations, Utkarsh. Best anchor, Shahid Anwar Rafi, DTM. Well, a belated birthday gift to you, Shahid sir. Congratulations to everyone here. And as DTM Shahid said, this is not a competition. This is just to make sure that we improve ourselves. We have our own thresholds and make sure that we improve day by day into whatever we are doing, our own benchmarks. With that, I will just share something on the chat, a link to a video that was something that I saw. I hope I am sharing the right link. It does work. So this is a poem that Amitabh Bachchan recited on 26/11 anniversary. Something about what we were expecting India to be, what it is right now. And not something that we can leave, as our very own TMOD said, on just the army, the defense forces, or the government. It is we as individuals who will have to make sure that it's not 70 years young. 70 years is a long time. It as us as an individual who need to make sure that we achieve what we wanted when we fought for independence. With that ownership and with that point of thought, I would hand over the stage to Toastmaster Arushi to close the meeting or share any concluding remarks.
Thank you, Nupur. I think you concluded it perfectly, and there is no better way that I can conclude this meeting. The only way is to take a picture. We two clubs have come together, and we conducted such a beautiful meeting with such awesome role players. The only way to end it would be with a beautiful picture of all of us. So I would ask everybody to smile, and that too in your biggest smiles possible. Azad, would you be kind enough to take a screenshot? Thank you. I request everyone to smile from ear to ear. Thank you, Azad. That's all. Very happy to see everyone. I hope you have a great Sunday and a great Saturday evening. See you all next time, next Saturday. In your respective clubs, and happy to swap over as well. That's all for today. Bye-bye, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Have a good week. Bye. Toastmasters of Delhi, members, Toastmasters, let's join the other link, please. Thank you.